Do you have somebody in spirit you want me to reach out
I
for?
I do.
Okay. What's the relationship to you? I'll try to go direct to them.
He's my brother.
Your brother? Okay. All right. So let me see if we can bring your brother in. Would he be over there with another male? You have a grandpa over there too. So you and him have like a grandpa in spirit as well? Because I can feel your brother coming in with another male, and I'm hearing grandpa, grandpa, grandpa. Probably paternal, I think. And I know you're hoping to connect a brother more so than grandpa. But for some reason, grandpa is pretty loud.
Yeah.
One of them, they're blending together a little bit for some reason for me. One of them is going to, I think it's grandpa. Would grandpa be going to his abdomen area on him? Do you know the information, or did you even know grandpa? Like,
I did not know grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Well, my dad. It might be my dad.
Okay. Would he have been going to his abdomen area? Like, have he had issues in his abdomen?
Yeah.
Because he's showing me like my organs down there, my intestines, that sort of thing. Like I'm going down to that area.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's interesting. There's a feeling of like wanting to talk about the male lineage for some reason. Do you have a son too? Like, do you have a living son?
I do.
Okay. So it's interesting because they're coming in like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and like wanting to talk about like the male lineage, and talking about being proud of your son. Because you only have one son?
I have two sons.
Two sons. So being proud of like your mothering of your sons. So they're coming in wanting to talk about that. Did Dad's health start to really decline around October?
It might have been, yeah.
He's going like this, like downhill, 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 downhill. Because he is making me feel like my health, and I know you want to talk to brother, but
That's okay.
We're kind of jumping here. He's going like my health issues were kind of like drawn out, but then all of a sudden I go. But around like October-ish or October, I'm going like this, and then when I go is what he's saying. But we're like this for, he's saying like years. He's saying like years. He's saying like I have different things that come up, kind of like spotty all over. And he's talking about he had like a foot issue or something too. Your dad did. You like remember that? Because he's showing me like one of my feet. Like one of my feet was like bad compared to, I don't know if I did not have any issues with my other foot or like my one was just like way worse than the other. Is he saying?
Yeah. One of his.
I think it was like the right one. Do you remember if it was the right one?
I don't remember if it was.
Okay. He is going like, he's like, they're literally standing like in a line and your brother's in front, and he's going like grabbing your brother. Your brother's been there the least amount of time. Is that correct? Has it only been like 3 months or something, or has it been like 3 something?
It's been a year.
Okay. Because what's with 3? Is there he's going, because your dad's going like this to your brother and he's going like 3, 3, 3. So is there like 3 of you, or did your brother have 3 of the kids or something with 3?
Not that I can think of.
He's saying there's something with 3. Okay, take that with you, write that down.
Okay.
3 bumps in the road with your brother.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay. Is what he's saying. Because I'm like, there's something there, and I'm literally hearing those words, and they're going like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And your brother's going, like, I was mentally, emotionally tired, is what he's saying. He's literally doing that. He's saying I had to say goodbye, is what he's doing. Did he cross himself?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's... And he attempted 3 times. Yeah, that's kind of what he's saying here. And he's like, he's giving me full body chills. He's like literally making me tingle. He's saying, I couldn't, I just want you to know that I just couldn't do it anymore. And I had to say goodbye, is what he's doing. He's blowing you a kiss. He's saying it wasn't anything to do with my love for anyone else. It was to do with my lack of love for myself, he's saying, because he did not love. And I've never actually heard it worded that way. He's saying I did not love myself. I got very down on myself. And it wasn't because I didn't think nobody else loved me. I knew that they did. It was me. He's also showing me throughout his life, he went through spurts, like with being better. Because he's showing me, like, my symbol for depression is I'll see shadow, like a black slackening, and my shadow moves down in my head, and then it kind of moves back up for a while, and then it moves down, it moves back up. And I'm like, I don't know how old he was. Was he like in his 40s?
60.
60s? Okay, because he's taking me back to like being a teenager. So I have trouble for a long time. He's making me feel like a long time, and my whole life it's doing this. And he's saying, you know how exhausting that was? You know how exhausting that was? He's giving me the number 22. There's a lot of numbers today. That's a date for somebody or an age for somebody or something. Okay. Do you have a granddaughter? Does somebody have a granddaughter? Grandson. Okay.
Oh, he has a daughter.
Oh, okay. Does she have a daughter? Okay. I think he's talking about your grand. And that son, so the grandson is from your son. Okay. That son is very like, is he kind of like a tough guy? Like he gives off that persona. Yeah. So I don't know if I want to, like, I'm like a hunter or I give off that energy of like I would be a hunter sort of thing. Yeah. Because your brother's going like this to the top of his head, like I'm here, and like you can be, because it's interesting. He gives off that vibe, but that son is actually pretty soft inside, but you have to get like way in there, way in there. And he's saying, I don't know if they had a relationship or they like had a closeness or anything, but he's saying like he's hugging him from spirit, and wanting you to know about that softness that's in there, because he doesn't always show it. I don't want to go into too much into another living person on live here, but he's bringing him up for a reason. You can figure it out later. So he loves him very much, and he just wants you to know that. Okay. He's taking your hand, and he's saying, I'm sorry, I had to go. Did you guys get into an argument or something? Okay. No, because he's saying, I'm hearing the words I didn't mean. Did he say something that could have been interpreted wrong or something to you prior to his passing? I'm trying to interpret what he's saying here. He's saying like, he's making me feel like I did, like there was like a conversation that gets replayed in your head or something that he doesn't want you to take the wrong way or to place the wrong way is what he's making me feel. So, and he's saying I didn't mean it that way, don't take it that way. So I was interpreting that as there being an argument, but if there wasn't an argument, he's just saying I didn't mean it the way that it would have been taken, is the feeling that he's giving me with those words. He's also showing me opening a book. There's somebody with the letter L that had to be notified of his passing. I don't know if this is like a friend or a family or something, but I feel like I'm opening a book and looking for like a phone number or something with the letter L, or like a place with the letter L. Did you have to do some of the notifying? Because he's making me feel like it's you who's like opening this book. And I know nobody really keeps address books anymore, or why he's showing it to me this way, but he is. But he's making me feel like you're the person who has to be going down the list of notifying these people of my passing. And he's like, I'm sorry I put you in that position of having to do that. And it's interesting too, because when they came in the beginning, I'm going to tie it up here in just a second, and talking about like the male lineage and such. Would you understand them, your brother, not being like the tough guy persona? Like he didn't come across, was he like not like hunter energy?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, because he feels like not that way. And your other son is different than the son he already talked about. Like your two sons are different, right? And it feels like the energy personality that your brother comes forward with is more like your other son that he didn't talk about. Does that make sense? Like more similar? So he's saying that we're like kind of two peas in a pod, like personality, energy, softness. Like your other son, the one without the child, is more He's saying he's intuitive, actually. I don't know if he knows that.
I don't know.
Okay, but that's
I'll ask
what
him.
he's using. But he's saying, just know that I am with all of you. I am with all of you. And is your mom living? No. Okay, because he's saying, and I'm with mom too. So that means that with mom over there is what he meant by that. He's just showing me a big heart in the sky. And your dad and your grandpa, like behind them or behind your brother, they feel. So the best way I can describe this is like how I described your brother's energy being similar to your one son. Then your dad is like a little more like tough guy, and then your grandpa is like a little more tough guy than him. Like it kind of like matches up a little bit with each one as they stand in a line is how I can describe it. And they're all waving. So I will disconnect from them with that and thank them for working with me. Thank you.